But you know that two sessions are running right now. The other one has just begun in the breakaway room, talking about the future of resort development in Moroccan region. And now we got a 30-minute session focusing on Morocco hotspots. We're going to talk about different destinations and with a special focus on Casablanca. And the moderator of this session is Sylvain Gillet, he's director at Air Consulting. Sylvain. French or English? Both. Okay. Good. On peut le faire en français si vous voulez, je pense. Ok. Donc, 30 minutes? 30 minutes. Ok. On essaye de... On a commencé avec 20 petites minutes de retard, c'est pas grave. Et je vais vous laisser inviter vos panélistes et on se retrouve tout à l'heure.
Bonjour à tous, merci d'être présents pour ce deep dive sur Casablanca. On va essayer d'analyser les différentes tendances du marché aujourd'hui, la mouvance du marché plutôt vers une destination de lifestyle. Et pour cela, je vais inviter mes 4 panélistes. Premier, Erwan Garnier du groupe Radisson, Ludwig Bouldoukyan du groupe Hayat, Abdellah Essoni du groupe MAD, et Othman Alimi du groupe Investour. So I think we don't only have French speakers, in fact, in the room, so we might get into English now. So maybe just to give a quick introduction about our panel and why Casablanca is becoming one of the hotspots in Morocco for investment in hospitality. First of all, I'd like to mention that Casablanca, it's 4 million inhabitant city, so one of the largest in Morocco at the moment, with 10 million passengers arriving every year in Casablanca, which is the main port of entry of Morocco on the international scene. So today we appeal to both a local clientele and a business clientele coming from abroad, and we see the hospitality market slowly switching to a more lifestyle destination from a business destination that it is at the moment. So I wanted to ask Othman first to have his view on the market in Morocco. So you mentioned the infrastructures that are being developed at the moment in Casablanca, how they will change the market. What are the key infrastructures that are being developed, and what is the impact that you expect on the Casablanca market?
Merci pour la question sur le développement de Casablanca. Depuis plus de 14-15 ans, la ville se transforme. Elle se transforme radicalement pour devenir une véritable capitale contemporaine africaine et pourquoi pas, bien sûr, mondiale. Casablanca, comme vous le savez, est le nom de la ville la plus connue dans le monde. C'est Casablanca grâce à toutes les films et les retombées du fameux film Casablanca. Et donc, il y a une attractivité vis-à-vis de cette ville qui est de plus en plus présente et de plus en plus disponible, on va dire. Nous voyons l'arrivée de nouveaux établissements hôteliers avec des managements nationaux et internationaux. Nous voyons un grand théâtre à Casablanca qui, je l'espère, ouvrira au plus tard début 2025, comme celui de Rabat. Nous avons un grand stade de football qui sera construit à quelques kilomètres à côté de Ben Slimane, de plus de 112 000 places. Nous avons un terminal numéro 3 qui va être construit pour agrandir effectivement le hub aérien de l'aéroport de Casablanca Mohamed V. Mais nous avons aussi des réflexions sur la connectivité low cost à l'aéroport de Ben Slimane, par exemple, et pourquoi pas upgrader l'aéroport de Tite-Melil pour les hommes d'affaires. Certes, Casablanca a toujours été une capitale du tourisme d'affaires, mais parce que c'est une capitale économique. On n'a toujours pas de palais des congrès, on n'a toujours pas de centre d'exposition pour être la véritable destination MICE. Mais nous y travaillons. Et dans le plan de développement régional, le plan de développement communal de Casablanca et la feuille de route 2026-2030 travaillée par la Confédération nationale du tourisme et le ministère du Tourisme nous donne une perspective de 6 millions de visiteurs en 2030 à peine. Alors qu'aujourd'hui, on est autour de 2 millions, mais 3 millions serait un chiffre réalisable avec au moins 3 nuitées par client. Mais nous pensons que le 6 millions est une ambition raisonnable, respectable, si les prérequis sont réunis. Les prérequis, c'est ce fameux palais des congrès et des expositions, c'est d'autres centres de conférences et de congrès, c'est un centre de réunion à El Jadida où nous avons déjà une aire d'exposition de premier ordre, à Mazagan. C'est également une animation culturelle tous les week-ends, au moins. On a bien enregistré, de par nos experts, les expériences de Londres et New York qui se sont transformées en capitale de la culture et qui aujourd'hui récoltent les fruits de tous ces efforts. Donc, petite anecdote, nous avions reçu, nous, le Conseil régional du tourisme de Casablanca-Stat, une délégation d'opérateurs experts de UK. C'était une première fois finalement. Et nous leur avons fait visiter toute la région. Ben Slimane et sa forêt exceptionnelle, Casablanca et El Jadida. Et la réponse était toute simple. 20 000, 50 000, 100 000 clients de l'UK, c'est possible pour Casablanca le week-end, mais il faut une compagnie low cost à 200 € le billet. Donc la connexion qui se fait d'une manière merveilleuse vers Marrakech-Agadir, et c'était dans la stratégie, ce n'est pas une surprise, c'est travaillé déjà depuis des années et des années. Aujourd'hui, effectivement, il est temps de penser à des capitales comme Casablanca, sans oublier bien sûr Essaouira, Ouarzazate et les autres grandes capitales touristiques du royaume. Nous y croyons beaucoup, nous sommes implantés personnellement avec la famille Chérif Alami à Casablanca, avec une agence de voyage évidemment qui promouvoit les destinations marocaines en matière de tourisme d'affaires, tourisme de loisirs certainement et tourisme de congrès. Mais nous avons suivi toute cette stratégie car depuis presque 20 ans, nous gérons et avons construit des hôtels surtout à Marrakech et gestion pour compte à Agadir. Et donc nous sommes dans l'animation, c'est notre spécialité puisque nous sommes dans le hall inclusive et c'est une tendance qui est performante et si vous voyez les statistiques, c'est aujourd'hui la catégorie d'hôtels qui fait le meilleur taux d'occupation. Donc nous avons créé à ce sujet un Vestour Hospitality pour arriver avec notre expérience en matière de qualité, mais en matière aussi d'animation, entertainment. La seule différence, c'est que nous sommes dans le business pratiquement à 360 degrés. Le transport touristique, le marketing de la destination, les logiciels spécialisés en matière de hôtellerie et travel tech. Et donc, quand on voit un établissement, que ce soit urbain, lifestyle ou all-inclusive, club, nous voyons tout de suite et nous devons absolument valider tout de suite, mais qui va venir dans ces établissements et qui va me garantir que l'investissement que je vais proposer à X ou Y soit tout à fait profitable et rentable. Donc, c'est ça un petit peu la particularité du groupe. On est dans le tourisme depuis 60 ans. C'est notre défunt père, Mohamed Aziz Chérif Alami, qui avait créé cette première agence de voyage en juillet 1964 à Casablanca.
Merci beaucoup, Othman. So you understood it would be a kind of bilingual panel between our panelists. Now I wanted to have the view of Abdallah on the market. How do you see the market evolve? How do you see the positioning of Casablanca also evolve against most touristic destinations such as Marrakech, Agadir? And what makes the market attractive for international investors?
Thank you, Sylvain. That's an excellent question. First of all, Casablanca holds a very special place in my heart. It's my hometown. I was born and I grew up here. Now, in terms of comparing Casablanca to a place like Marrakesh, I don't think it would be a fair comparison because we're talking about two very different destinations. It's practically two extremes. You take Marrakesh, place all its bets on tourism. It's the tourist destination of Morocco par excellence. It counts for more than 25% of the tourist arrivals in Morocco, and probably more than 30% of the registered room nights in Morocco. So that is the lion's part when it comes to tourism. Casablanca, on the other hand, had taken a different direction. It's the corporate destination. It's Morocco's beating heart when it comes to economy and industry. And obviously, you would think that the infrastructure in Casablanca would go along those lines as well. But it's unfortunate that when we look at what Casablanca has to offer in terms of its hotel capacity, there is definitely a lack in when it comes to catering to the MICE segment of the industry. As Mr. Sharif Alami said, that is something that is in the making, but there is definitely room for Casablanca to grow even more as a MICE destination. So offer more in terms of meetings and conventions and entertainment. Another mystery, it's a real mystery to me, when you look at the Casablanca area, it stretches over 150 kilometers of coastline. Yet, when you want to go on a beach holiday, there's no place for you to stay in Great Casablanca. If I want to take my family on a beach holiday, I have to go all the way to Agadir or up north to the Tangier area or to Saidia or Hoceima. And I think that is clearly a missed opportunity. There's definitely room, and I'm talking to the investors in this room here, there's definitely room for proper beach resorts in the Casablanca area, the whole stretch, and I'm talking from Mohammedia all the way down to El Jadida. The beautiful beaches, beautiful sceneries, yet it had been neglected in that aspect. So there is room to grow in terms of as a leisure destination. It has a lot more to offer than what is available right now. And I think as tourism specialists, I really think we should put our heads together and see how we can develop that segment. Yes, we're all talking about the World Cup in 2030, but we cannot put our bets on that. We need to look beyond the World Cup. There is room to grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Abdullah. So having the view of investors now at a national scale, I'd like to go down to a more local scale and go with you, Erwan. So for you, what are the new hotspots in Casablanca at the moment? I know that you've got some hotels that recently opened, some new hotels in the pipeline. Which areas are you looking at? What are the ones that bear the highest opportunity for you in Casablanca?
Thank you, Silva. First of all, thanks to Smith Morocco and to API for such initiative. Radisson is present in Africa for almost 25 years, and Morocco is becoming our top priority out of the 30 countries we're present on the continent. So today we're operating 13 hotels in Morocco, and our target is to more than double and reach 30 hotels by 2030. In terms of expansion, the location that we have 50% of our portfolio that is resort dedicated and 50% of the portfolio that is business dedicated. If we look at and we zoom into Casablanca, today we have 2 hotels currently operating and 2 properties currently under development. Location-wise, we targeted the city center, where we currently have a Radisson Blu operating, which is the first property we entered. Next, a few steps away from the Royal Mansour. And this area is an area that is currently, as you know, currently being rejuvenating, which is being renovated, and the infrastructure and the safety is getting better and better. We currently recently opened 6 months ago, a hotel in Radisson Gautier, in the Gautier area, next to the Nation League Park des Nations. Our vision is, as my colleagues currently mentioned, there is a need for the development of the MICE business, but there is no convention center. So we took the initiative as looking at the CFC, the Casablanca City Financial District, and are currently aiming to open a hotel which is containing a large conference center of over 2,000 square meters with a hotel and apartments, 5-star under Radisson Blue, and a lifestyle product under Radisson Red, all under one roof, which will have a common congress center in order to attract that MICE business, because we can see that most of the MICE business that comes into Morocco goes mainly to Marrakesh, not because only the destination, because of the infrastructure that it provides and that Casablanca doesn't have. So this is just to talk about the MICE business. Now, with regards to opportunities and location, as I was mentioning, the city center is one location that we're already present and we're aiming at further. The CFC, we're looking also at, obviously, Corniche on more of the lifestyle luxury segment because of the connection to the ocean and the connection to the different restaurant outlets. And there is also areas such as Bouskoura, Sidi Maarif, where we are looking at projects that could be connected to eco because of obviously the park, and residential area because you have a lot of residency that are being developed in this area. And finally, the airport because you have industries that are already present, you have the airport, and we believe that having a product that will combine attracting the distressed passenger, the airlines, and the industries around would make a lot of sense.
Thank you very much, Erwan. Now that we've tackled the question of location, I want to go with you, Ludwig, about the positioning. I guess you'll agree with Erwan on most of the locations that he mentioned. In terms of positioning, which types of assets do you see an opportunity in? Is it dedicated to a business market, more leisure market, local or international demand, and on what type of quality positioning in the market?
I think it's a combination. So Hyatt recently celebrated its 40th anniversary in Morocco with the Hyatt Regency. So it's quite a big milestone, and we recently opened the Park Hyatt in Marrakesh, which we're really dedicated to the Moroccan market, growing it from the luxury segment to the lifestyle segment to the all-inclusive segment and the select service. It really depends on the market. I mean, for Marrakesh, obviously luxury remains a pretty important market. We see openings within the all-inclusive market as well in Marrakesh, luxury all-inclusive and upper upscale all-inclusive. Agadir is a market that is quite important for all-inclusive. Up north, Tangiers, I think corporate business hotels have a big potential. But focusing on Casablanca, I think there's so many opportunities in Morocco, but we need to concentrate on a few assets that could be ripe for conversions. I think conversion is something that we're really focusing on. There's a lot of family hotels, local businesses that are struggling with attracting guests, international guests. So I think combining forces with international operators such as Hyatt within the franchise model as well could work well within the select service. So brands such as Hyatt Place or Hyatt House, the extended stay, Hyatt Studios, is something that we're looking at. We're opening that market. I think there's a lot of opportunities within Casablanca to convert such hotels, you know, 4-star select service into franchised Hyatt Place and Hyatt House.
Thank you very much, Ludwig. So now that we've addressed also the positioning, I wanted to get back to you, Otman, about the industry trends at a larger scale. So the market at the moment has a majority of key operators already present, but we see that it's got a clear lack of diversity when tackling both business and local demand being more into lifestyle, into creating the destination, into getting people used to visit hotels, not to spend the night. How do you see the market evolve to address this kind of demand in the next years?
Je vais continuer en français. Alors évidemment, au Conseil régional du tourisme de Casablanca-Stad, nous avons une observation qui est en train de changer sur la communication et le marketing de la destination. Nous avons, avec l'Office national marocain du tourisme, des conventions chaque année, également avec la région, avec la ville, et nous avons cette année découvert plus de 200 points de vente dans le territoire rural. Et le territoire rural, il représente 70% du territoire de la région de Casablanca-Stad. Et on voit qu'il va offrir d'ici 5 ans des opportunités d'expérience qui pourront peut-être attirer le client business pour rester 1 ou 2 nuits de plus. Donc il y a cette volonté de faire de Casablanca également, comme je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, une destination loisirs, culture, animation. Les Casablancais sont, les Marocains sont très amoureux de Casablanca. C'est leur ville, c'est la véritable ville cosmopolite et ils en sont très friands. Maintenant, on doit travailler la destination. Et je trouve que les budgets qui sont mis en place au niveau du marketing, tant de la région que de la ville de Casablanca, sont largement insuffisants. C'est une ville qui devrait avoir 5, 8, 10 millions de dollars chaque année pour marquer la véritable marque de Casablanca au niveau régional et international. Bien sûr, il ne faut pas oublier toujours cette question de low cost, mais il faut aussi avoir une ambition peut-être même démesurée, parce que Casablanca a toujours eu un développement, on va dire, par rapport aux autres villes, démesuré. Il faut que, par exemple, toute la corniche de Casablanca soit préparée pour les 20 prochaines années. Il nous faut là des buildings de 15-20 étages. Il nous faut de l'animation, il nous faut des autorisations exceptionnelles pour faire une nightlife réelle, au moins les longs week-ends qui se présentent chaque semaine. Maintenant, nous avons toujours cette gouvernance qui nous manque. Elle est trop lente, cette gouvernance. Et elle inquiète des fois les investisseurs. Mais pour Casablanca, il y a une confiance qui est là, puisque d'ici les 3 prochaines années, on a au moins 20 unités nouvelles qui sont en train de se construire ou qui vont se construire. Donc Casablanca, effectivement, doit avoir ces 2 ou 3 segments de clientèle. Et encore, on n'a pas parlé du Casablanca, capitale de tourisme de santé. On n'a pas encore parlé de Casablanca, grande capitale de shopping. Et pourtant, nous avons une clientèle qui est en demande, et une clientèle de segment A et B+, c'est la clientèle africaine qui vient et qui maintenant, grâce au hub de Casablanca, n'hésite pas à passer 1 nuit ou 2 nuits ou 3 nuits de plus et de faire un peu de shopping, de faire un peu de soins éventuellement, et aussi les étudiants. On a une diaspora africaine extraordinaire qui étudie au Maroc et à Casablanca particulièrement, et qui sont finalement des ambassadeurs de cette belle ville. Donc les prérequis, on ne les répétera jamais autant, c'est le palais des congrès, le centre d'exposition, la promotion et le marketing. Et c'est là où j'interpelle un peu tous les professionnels et surtout nos amis des chaînes internationales qui viennent, qui s'installent et qui prennent des risques de management et des fois même d'investissement. c'est de venir au Conseil régional du tourisme, car le Conseil régional du tourisme est une particularité marocaine. C'est une ONG associative qui est représentée en son sein et statutairement par les autorités de la ville et de la région. Donc nous, le président d'honneur, c'est le wali de la région Casablanca-Stade. Et puis nous avons les élus, tant de la région que de la ville, et nous avons les professionnels du tourisme qui doivent être autour de la table et se manifester, soit par des idées, soit par des cofinancements, soit par des recherches ensemble de nouvelles clientèles, tant au niveau national qu'international. Je pense que l'avenir est très prometteur pour cette ville. C'est vrai que le foncier est cher, c'est vrai qu'il faudra aller peut-être dans la banlieue, mais la connexion qui se présente avec les 4 tramways, les 4 lignes de tramway, avec le train interurbain qui va venir d'El Jadida jusqu'à Bouznika, avec toute cette connexion autoroute et puis d'autres moyens de connexion, vont nous permettre de faire de cette ville une ville extraordinaire. Nous avons cette semaine 3 événements. Pratiquement tous les hôtels de ce centre de la ville sont à 90% de remplissage. Après, il reste un sujet qu'il faudra évoquer, c'est le pricing. On ne peut pas accepter qu'un hôtel 5 étoiles fasse les prix du 4 étoiles et que le 4 étoiles fasse les prix du 3 étoiles. On est en train de se tirer des balles dans le pied, on est en train de se piquer les ressources humaines, on n'a pas d'académie de formation rapide régionale. Ça devrait être une responsabilité de tous les hôteliers, de tous les professionnels du tourisme. On attend évidemment beaucoup de l'Office du tourisme, même de la SMIT, qui a l'honneur et le plaisir de nous réunir aujourd'hui pour débattre de sujets sur la compétitivité, la rentabilité et l'investissement. Mais est-ce que nous aussi, on ne devrait pas passer un peu plus de temps ensemble pour essayer de prendre et de traduire des belles opportunités en règles de succès? Voilà, c'est Casablanca, elle mérite d'aller vite, elle mérite d'être agressive, elle mérite d'être profitable, et que tout se passe pour le mieux. On a, je crois, 3 ou 4 millions de chômeurs qui n'ont ni emploi, ni stage, ni diplôme. Je pense que nous, dans les industries du tourisme, on est tout à fait conscients qu'on est une des industries qui peut le plus rapidement possible répondre, Inch'Allah, favorablement à ce défi. Merci.
Merci beaucoup, Othman. So I'll bounce on one of the topics that you mentioned, the fact that having some iconic assets in Casablanca, it also integrates the city in a more international competition. You're able to attract people from Africa, people from abroad that see Casablanca as a potential lifestyle destination. So I want to get back to you, Erwan, also about the development of lifestyle hotels and what are the elements that they need to integrate to become a real destination and attract a very diverse clientele.
You know, lifestyle hotels are becoming more and more, if I can say, the norm, meaning that customers are more and more looking for not only a bedroom, but for an experience. And a hotel is becoming not only a place to stay, but a place to live and to interact. It's becoming a social space where you have the international people obviously staying in the hotel, but also the local people enjoying the outlets. So Radisson has been obviously working on such hotels, and we recently have the project of reviving an existing property, which is a Hotel Lincoln in the city center, and the whole aim is to connect with the existing Marché Central, which is due to be renovated, and the property, which is due to be renovated, and have a product that will revive from the old ashes and have local customers enjoying those outlets, while at the same time attracting international customers into an historic hotel. But if you look at the fundamental of a lifestyle hotel per se, the aim is most of the time to create a hub, a center hub, where you have some kind of mixed use, where you will have the residential mixing with the office, mixing with the hotel, mixing with co-working, for example, all of that with the aim of having a live center. Now, there is a lot of components inside it that makes it successful. And some components are creating an experience, as I said earlier, by having outlets with very strong themes, very strong concept that will attract not only people that are in the hotel, but people that are around the hotel or local customers that want to experience something different. And this is why lifestyle hotels are being very successful, because they're being able to price a premium for a unique selling point. And if you look at Casablanca today, there is not a real lifestyle product currently open in Casablanca, while if you look at the Casablanca people, they go out and they enjoy being outside. We created a bit of that lifestyle component into the last hotel we opened in Gautier, and the reality is we created a rooftop with DJ, music, and some concept, and swimming pool, and the whole lifestyle component. And what's interesting is 90% of the customers that are into the rooftop are locals. They are not the hotel, the people that are staying in the hotel. There is a bit of them, but this is the whole concept of the lifestyle, is to being able to tap on both international, regional, and local customers, and make it a place to socialize, to live, and to interact.
Thank you very much, Erwan. I know that we're running slightly over time, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the time to give the floor to two more speakers with an opening that's twofold. First of all, I'll ask Ludwig, for you, what's the perfect product to be designed over the next 5 years in Casablanca? And then we'll give the floor to Abdallah for the challenges of delivering products, because that's what he's into at the moment.
Well, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think within the next 5 years, we're going to see something completely different from what we have now. And it's not going to be within the physical realm or physical product. The product will probably change a little bit. You know, hotels will change colors, sizes, you name it. But Erwan said something quite important. People are looking for experiences. They want to experience something new. And we're entering into what I call the experience economy. And to be able to sell experiences, it's not only the physical product, but how to get there by using technology. Technology will play an incredible role within the next 5 to 10 years. Some people are talking about artificial intelligence. We hear it a lot these days. I mean, companies, what we call it now, AI washing. Everyone wants to plug in AI in their companies because it's trendy. But it's actually not AI, it's just advanced algorithms. So I think when AI advances up to a certain point and integrates within Web3, I think we will see a complete transformation within the industry as a whole. Now, as an industry, the hospitality industry has always been behind the trends on technology. We've been very traditional. And we've seen that over the last 10 years where you had those unicorns coming up, such as Airbnb, Expedia, Booking.com, that transformed the industry. So as we move from Web 2 and the social media economy to Web 3, which is the blockchain economy, we're going to see a complete transformation of the industry. So I wouldn't say it's a product, but it's more of the technology behind the product, the experience, the community. There's a now defunct company, hospitality company, where the guest satisfaction index was not based on the cleanliness of the room or the services that were provided. Their guest satisfaction index was how many friends did you meet? How many connections did you make during your stay in our property? Which I think was incredible, and it's all about that experience economy. So again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I see technology playing an incredible role in the next 5 years.
Thank you very much, Ludwig. And so as a conclusion to this panel, I'll give the floor to Abdallah. Abdallah, what do you see as the main challenges right now for the delivery of products? I know that you're delivering one in Rabat. Technology might be one more challenge to be included into the next years. What are the ones that you're currently facing, and what are the solutions that might be found to make delivery of products in Casablanca and in the Casablanca region much easier?
Thank you, Sylvain. I'm aware that we almost ran out of time, so I'll try to be brief. I think one of the biggest challenges, and most of the investors and the developers in the room would agree with me, is that there is a sort of a disconnect. There's a negative correlation between the two things. You have the cost of land and the development costs on the one hand, and the anticipated returns on the other hand. This is a serious correlation that needs to be looked at the highest levels. And it had been proven that with the right intervention, this challenge could be surmounted. I'll give as an example some of the main destinations that came to light in the past decade or so, like Taghazout in the south. Taghazout would not have happened if the government didn't intervene in the right way. They supported it in all kinds of ways, but we're talking mostly funds. We're talking subsidizing part of the land that helps developers and operators to be interested in the destination. The same thing happened up north in Saidia, for example, and we need to have more of that, because it's not an easy problem to overcome. Like I said, it needs interventions at the highest levels. So currently, and as a developer, we've gone through the experience, whatever budget you put together with all the expertise in the world, when you start in a luxury hotel or mixed use, be prepared to double that, at least. It's a scary thought, but it is a fact right now. What are the factors that lead to that? That needs a think tank to really deep dive in that particular relationship between the cost of developing a hotel or a resort and the anticipated returns. Othman mentioned earlier the situation about the price war. The pricing war is also a big challenge here. When you have a number of hotels at the same standing and they start fighting for business, and the easiest way to get the business is to get into a price war, and that is not healthy. That doesn't help the destination, it doesn't help the investment. It's unfortunately, that's what we live in today.
Thank you very much, Abdallah. I think this concludes our panel. So I don't know if you've got time for questions.
No.
We don't. But
unfortunately.
A round of applause for the
Thank you so much,
thank you
gentlemen,
very much.
and thank you so much, Sylvain. Merci beaucoup.